got a couple more exponent problems for you. We'll start with the first one because first is first. We have 81 to the 3/4. Now 3/4 isn't a unit fraction, and we're raising things to the unit fraction. We know how to handle that. So we're going to turn this number, that's 3/4, into a unit fraction. We're going to write 3/4 as 1/4, that's a unit fraction, times 3. And well, 1/4 times 3, that's still 3/4. Didn't change anything here. But now, we can write this as 81 to the 1/4 to 3. Well, 81 to the 1/4, that's just the 4th root of 81. And if you don't know why that is, you didn't watch the last video, but I'll explain why this is 2 just once. So you gotta be watching this part. So say we have x to the 1/4 power, any number, here that any number is 81. So you're just gonna pretend that x is 81 now. X to the 1/4 power, and of course x, it always has a 4th root. No matter if it's an integer, decimal, or anything, whatever. Any number, it always has a 4th root, so you can have the 4th root of x. You can't see it doesn't exist. And when we raise the 4th root of x to the 4th power, we still get x. That means we didn't change anything at all. So we still can raise it to the 1/4 power. Okay, my hand is erasing everything. And we'll power rule, we multiply the exponents. And we just are left, and we're just left with the 4th root of x, because of course, 4 times 1/4, that's 1. Anything in the first power is that anything, and in this case, that anything is the 4th root of x. And now I can move on to this problem. And of course, 3 cubed, that's 27. Now you could have solved this slightly differently. You could have started off by just writing 81 as 3 to the 4th power. And we can also raise that to the 3/4 power. Power rule, we multiply the 2 exponents. Or you can have infinitely however many exponents. And of course, 4 times 3/4, that's 12/4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And of course, we're back to the same steps. 3 to the cubed, that's 27. Did the same problem 2 different ways, got the same answer. We're pretty sure we're right. Now, you better remember this because I'm about to erase it. Ready? Okay. We need space for this. Okay, so our next problem says 27 to the -2 first. Now, for this problem, you need to know, I really mean that you need to know x to the -m power always equals 1 over x to the m power. Now, after we know this, we can go ahead and solve this problem. Again, we'll write 2/3 as a unit fraction. Or I should say, like a unit fraction. First, we'll get rid of this negative sign by using this rule. Right here, on m here, that's 2/3. So we just have 1 over 27 to the 2/1 power. Just follow this rule here. I'm going to put a little bar so we don't get these confused. And of course, 27 to the -2/3 power into the regular 2/3 power. Use this method up here. Write 27 as 3. I'm gonna compute this as another sheet. New whiteboard space. We're gonna write 27. Start off by writing that as 3 cubed. Now, and we can raise this to the 2/3 power. And of course, power always multiply the exponents. 3 times 2/3, that's 6/3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Just have 3 squared, which is 9. 1/9 as the answer to this problem. Now, go ahead and move on to the next problem. Let's see, instead of computing these, again, we want to see that all the bases are the same. We can use, well, an exponent rule, that is. 32 have negative 3/5. I'm gonna get this 3/5 a little more smaller. And multiplication, that means we add the exponents. Unless when the bases are the same, that is. 3/5. And division, we subtract the exponents again when the exponents are, when the bases are the same. Minus 2/5. I'm going to parentheses these so that we know that this is a whole exponent. And now we know that this is a very large exponent. And we can go ahead and compute this. Negative 3/5 plus 3/5, that's 0. 0 minus 2/5, that's negative 2/5. I don't know why I took that on to compute that. And I won't go through I won't bore you with all these steps again. We just go through them here. And we see that if we just write 32 as 2 to the 5th, raise that to the 2/5. Sorry, I can't forget about that extra 1 down here. Go ahead and erase this stuff that's bothering me right here. And let's see, multiply the exponents. We have 10/5. 10 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And we have 2 squared. 2 squared is 4. So we see that, I'm just not going to fraction. Our answer to this problem is just 1/4, or you could say, otherwise known as 1/4. Now, what about this last one? 64 to the 1/3 power. 1/1/3 power, that's a mixed number. I finally know about fractions. Well, you know what? We're going to turn this into a fraction. This time I mean it. It can be written as a fraction. See, that's 4/3. Yeah, there. And of course, positive exponent, that's even easier than negatives. Good thing we don't have fractions. And again, we'll write this. We'll write 64. That's 4 cubed. And since 4 cubed is 64, we don't have to do anything. We just raise that to the 4/3 power. Power, we multiply the exponents. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 divided by 3, that's 4. Or you can see that the 3 and 3, they just cancel these two 3's. And then we're left with the 4. 4 to the 4th power, that's 256. Took a little while, but even I can figure out that the answer is 256. Got that? I'm gonna go take a drink of water.